Save your voice for tomorrow night. And tell all your friends, tomorrow night, main stage right here. We did have a change for those of you who did not know. The lineup is going to be 1 Echo 1, Fools for Rowan, and then Halestorm tomorrow night. We have Mikey Jet, still working on it. You know what? All right, somebody get a guitar quickly, and and I saw a percussion display in the other room. We'll just nab a few things.
That's how you get signed to make $1 million in one day.
Now that we've got Mike, I'm just going to start off asking a couple questions, and then we're going to invite you, if you'd like to ask a question, if you would just come up to the edge of the carpet here. And form a line, and we'll shoot questions. And you know, if you'd like to bring a rose with you and put it up on stage, that's always appreciated. Not necessary, right? Let me start off by and anybody, of course, can answer this. I'm just curious myself. Has it sunk in? Has national and international notoriety sunk in?
With him, maybe, with the rest of the world, no. No, you know, it's something that we've actually maintained over the years. It's just we really haven't grown up at all, and so it's like we kind of have had tunnel vision for so long that I don't, you know, if somebody says something in a grocery store, or the fact that, you know, really the fact that some of you actually know who we are is really hilarious, yeah. You know, and we're very humbled by it.
And really, you know, we got a long way to go. We're just getting started, so we haven't, you know.
The fact that you say national success is very flattering.
Yeah, but we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have, you know, you've toured all over the world, and I think the last time I saw you just come back from Japan, where you had a very successful tour, and I guess. With I know that you came in from Nashville. You're cutting a new record.
Yeah, we're starting a new record now, so it's I mean, on to number 2. Like I said, I was like, finally, no more I get off.
Hey, but wait, I'm still getting off. So.
No.
But that's another thing that we've been extremely lucky with. Sorry, I'll try to speak louder. Another thing that we've been extremely lucky to have is people like you and this, you know, 1057 you know, the stations that have grabbed onto us. That, I mean, there are so many great bands that we hear that never get any radio airplay, or they, you know, never pass the 3-year mark as a band, or they make a record but it never comes out. They never get to the second record, you know, so. The fact that we're still here as a band after, this is our 13th year actually as a band, as Halestorm, and the fact that we're still a band, we still like what we do, we're making a second record on a major label, it really blows our minds, and something that everybody really needs to keep in mind is that it does take a village, you know. I was just talking to Love Betty, actually. You can see the hair in the back. Hi. They're a great example of this. They've been a band for, what they were saying, around 5 years, but in the past 2 years it's been starting to pick up, and it's one of those things we were talking about before. It takes a village. You have to surround yourself with people that believe in you, and you know, find members that you don't think you're going to want to kill later if you're living in a bus, you know, 2 feet from each other with, you know, somebody's got to be wearing the same underwear today, you know. But it's, you know,
it smells like it.
Yeah, it definitely smells like it up here. RJ.
It also helps to keep a good business sense and to actually know what you're getting into, and to know how to work your band, how to build your fan base, and it really helps to have a sense of that, and at least have somebody in the band who has a sense of that. So we're trying.
You guys have been, we were talking to our morning show this morning about living in close quarters with one another, and the thought of just having your own shower, your own private shower that you can go to. In the past year, many of these people might not realize how many gigs that you've actually played. You want to tell them? I mean, do you have an estimate?
We did over 300 this year. We had no time off whatsoever. And when there was time that we weren't on tour, we're flying, we're recording, we're writing. You know,
shooting video.
We're shooting video. Yeah, to the point where it's funny. I was telling Nipsey this morning. I'm like, at least it doesn't fluctuate. You know, at least we're in like this constant state of exhaustion, so we don't feel it anymore. We are numbed. You know, to the point where now, like, if we do get like a full night's sleep, it's like, oh, I feel even more tired than I did yesterday. But yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, and again, just being able to be up here is extremely humbling because we don't know why anybody would want our advice on anything. But you know, but we've been a band for a while, and truth is that we have no idea what we're doing most of the time. But we're following our gut, and you know, we've learned a lot as we go. You know, and you kind of, it's like, you can't really plan on anything. It's either left or right, and you got to choose which one is right for you. And sometimes that's the wrong decision, and then you learn from it. And this conference, we came here from 1 through 8 of the Millennium Music Conferences, and everybody here is amazing. Everyone here is so incredibly accepting of, you know, the ridiculous stuff that we did to get attention was, you know, it's just retarded.
Crazy hair, you know.
Well, we did the crazy outfits always. You know, you wanted to create attention, and we built a rotating upside down drum kit so that we could, you know, torture device.
You can see it on YouTube.
You can see it on YouTube. 1 year I handed out roses to everybody in a wedding dress. I mean, it just we did anything and everything because we could. You know, you're a young band. You know, you're a young band. You know, most of you are young bands. You can do anything. You don't have to follow radio. You don't have to do. Just make your mistakes and make your own decisions, and whether they're wild or silly, and maybe you'll regret them on YouTube later, you know, which most of my childhood is on YouTube now. But you know, it's your time to figure yourself out, and don't just think that because you've, you know, created a band and you've been a band for a week and you have, you know, one song to your name, that now all of a sudden you're going to shop to labels. Figure out what you want. Make your mistakes. You know, wear a weird outfit. Wear a freaking striped zebra pants, Dad, on stage.
It also makes a lot of sense to figure out who you are and what you want to do, because you know we find that it's more important to really like what you do and really want to do what you want to do, instead of just trying to do something because you think it'll sell or you think it'll be marketable.
We're extremely horrible liars.
Yeah, so. I feel like it's much more honest if an artist makes music that he or she is passionate about, rather than.
And then, you know, after you get it a few years, you start playing out. You're playing. You know, we were playing 250 dates a year before we got approached by Atlantic. So we were doing kind of this regional scene, you know, and playing with amazing bands that were willing to play with us, and we would go on kind of mini tours wherever we could drive, and spent so much, you know, went in debt because of that. But it's like. By the time that Atlantic approached us, we were ready for that. And so the point is that when you get to that point where you're really confident in what you do, and you know you put on a great show, you know you have good songs, you know you have a team around you that really believes in you, then if you need it at that point, there's so many DIY, you know, ways to do this, you know, this band thing too. So then if you even need a record label at that point, then you can make that decision, you know, whether or not to do it.
Yeah, that was what we always said when we were dealing with Atlantic. We're like, well, we're actually doing pretty good, because as soon as we signed, you know, our touring, we toured right away, but then we weren't playing as much. You know, we do a few tours and it'd be off a little bit writing, and then some more tours, which writing is one of the most important things. But we're always like, well, we can always go back to Pennsylvania.